Hey guys, welcome to another video. Haven't been making a lot of videos lately, and I apologize for that. It's just been, kind of going sideways in the market, and I've had other things that have been more pressing. But anyway, we're back on the train here, and there was a crazy headline last night, early this morning. Elon Musk buys 9.2% of Twitter for about $3 billion. I'm sure everyone's heard about it at this point, but I want to talk about why I think we maybe shouldn't buy Twitter at this point. I want to look at a couple of stocks that I think are not buys, and then some that are under the radar buys right now. So I'll explain that a little bit, but as you can see, like I said, Musk has 9.2% for $3 billion, which is actually almost 4 times the stake of Jack Dorsey right now, who only has like 2 point something percent of the company. So he actually holds a larger percent than Jack Dorsey of Twitter, which is crazy. Here's the chart for Twitter today. It's jumped 29% as of this recording, and you can see the tremendous gap up. We're at 50, which is a tremendous jump in one day. But that's part of why I think that maybe it's not a good idea to buy Twitter at this point, because everyone always buys the news, and especially with anything related to Elon Musk, it just comes out of nowhere. There's no one that could have predicted this, and it's just a flurry of crazy FOMO, basically. I love Elon as much as everyone else, but the fact is the stock is up 29% in one day. So if you look at the RSI, it's very, very overbought. There's a tremendous pump here on the MACD. All great signs for day traders and potentially swing traders. I personally have, let's just say, triple digits of Twitter, and I had bought back when it was, close to $50 a share. So I was just lucky enough to hold while it was declining, and then, sometimes if you hold shares long enough, you just get a pocket of good news, and it's random, but as long as you hold and you don't take a loss, right? So sometimes it's good to hold companies that you believe in. Anyway, done with that preaching. But so I think the better plan might be wait for a pullback. All this excitement, all this buying has just created quite a frenzy, right? But the overall company of Twitter hasn't changed fundamentally just yet. I mean, yes, he is now a largest stakeholder in the company, but he hasn't made any changes, right? If you look at Twitter today, it's the same as it was yesterday. So what constitutes this price? You could say that maybe because it was beaten down so far, it's just looking for some good news to kind of return back to these more normal 60 to 70 range, but nothing's changed fundamentally overnight. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. In the same vein, Tesla's up 6% today, probably based on this news, right? I mean, anything related to Elon Musk today is just going crazy. So I would wait again. Very overbought. I would wait for a pullback. Another way you can kind of gauge this is looking at the overall market, right? So here's the SPY. SPY is up a little bit today, about 0.5% at the time of this recording. And it seems to be trending a little bit downwards if you look at the MACD. So the overall market seems to be cooling off a little bit. It had quite a rally here, and we seem to be coming back down, maybe consolidating to go sideways. I don't know. The NASDAQ, very similar, right? The Russell, very similar. It's kind of moving sideways now in this, 2000 channel. The VIX is down today, which is good. We like to see it in this too. So things are stabilizing, but that, the market's not pumping, so I would just be careful about a single stock pumping. What I'd like to kind of focus your attention on is maybe something a little bit more secure, a little bit boring, right? Walgreens Boots Alliance, perhaps. So they've fallen down, and they are now oversold. But this is a good, long-term dividend company that's in great shape as far as the price action goes. You could even wait a couple of days to see if this kind of stabilizes. But this is a more conservative approach. It's not going to get the headlines when you tell people, oh, I bought Walgreens, that, compared to, oh, I just bought Twitter. But if you're in for the long haul, this might be a better buy. Another one might be Bitcoin, right? Very different, obviously. I understand that this is a cryptocurrency and not a stock. But, the price is looking pretty good. It's stabilizing. It does have kind of the hype factor that a Twitter does right now, but it's a little bit more affordable if you're looking at just the the RSI and the MACD. So there are other options out there, I think, that you can look at. Now, some companies that I think also are kind of following this whole trend of overhyped, I would watch out for Walmart, right? They seem to be they jumped a little bit too quick, and now they're almost at a level where you would want to sell and take your profits if you have it. Another one would be MT Materials. They harvest raw materials for companies like EV companies. So that's also pumped. Maybe you want to take some profits on that. Jumia, who's up 29% as well today. They're like the African Amazon. They've pumped. Maybe you want to take some profits on that because now they're kind of oversold, right? Or I should say overbought. ChargePoint, very similar. A lot of these small market stocks now are starting to run, right? I mean, they've been beaten down for so long, they're just starting to get some legs under them. But now's the time when you want to be careful if you do have a substantial stake in these companies, because now they're starting to swing the other way, right? The stock market swings back and forth. So that's it, guys. Maybe I'm just kind of saying, maybe you want to look at some of the more boring stocks, while they're falling, right? You could always come back to these hype stocks or growth stocks, but you don't want to ever buy something when it's 29% up on a single day, right? You already missed all the profits. How much further is it going to go? Are you telling me Twitter, a giant market cap company, is going to go to 60% in one day? No, probably not. Could it do it over the course of a couple months? Yeah, possibly. But there's not to say that there isn't a pullback somewhere, right? And people are going to take profits at some point. So I just say, this is good for the overall Twitter stock as well as Tesla. But let's not get carried away and start buying out of FOMO, right? Let's see how the price action kind of levels off. But that's it, guys. Just wanted to share my own opinions. We'll see what happens, and I'll see you guys on the next one.